Hey YouTube, how you doing? So honey, what did we do last night?
We went to Sierra something families.
Sierra Family Forever.
Yes. And we went to our first adoption foster care class.
Yes, so it was the orientation class for adoption called Exploring Permanency I, where they basically give you a super high level overview of the adoption process and how Sierra Forever Families does it. They are a nonprofit organization that works with the county, obviously. So this is for adopting kids out of foster care, basically. And it was pretty awesome, huh?
Yes, it was.
Yes, it was very cool. So now we've got a very high-level idea of what we need to do to continue on our path for adoption. We've got a few things that we need to do on our end to make our home ready before we can. We're going to start the process anyway. There's a couple classes that we have to take, a preliminary interview. But before we do the home study, there's a few things we want to do with the house. Namely, turn the loft into 2 bedrooms.
Excuse me.
Sorry. So before we can do the home study, we really have to turn the loft into 2 bedrooms. Because we have to show that we have a place to put a kid. But that is, of course, the plan for 2012 is to get that stuff done and get ready for all that stuff. And it was a pretty interesting class.
I'm so sorry.
Sorry, YouTube. My husband is he's dying.
No, I'm not.
Okay. So it was interesting. They talked about concurrent planning, which is an interesting thing. I never heard that before. But basically what it is rather than trying to have kids go through like a bunch of different foster homes, once they get into the system, they try to put them with a family that wants to adopt. And while they're with the family that wants to adopt, they simultaneously work on the reunification process with the child's relatives, either their actual biological parents or relatives, to see if they can take the kid. So they're exploring those 2 paths simultaneously. So the theory is that the kid, doesn't get moved around foster homes. So either they end up staying with the family that adopts them, or they end up going back to their biological family, parents or relatives, which I could definitely see as being really, really sad if you had a kid for like 6 months and you become really attached to them and you're hoping to adopt them, and then their family takes them back. But at the same time, it's obviously way better for the kid to not be bouncing around foster homes.
Right.
So these are the things that we've learned. We went to the class with some friends of ours who were also thinking of adopting, so that was pretty cool.
That was awesome. Actually, I was surprised. There was a lot of gay parents.
There was a lot of. We were the only. Actually, no. There was a single guy.
Yeah.
Who was looking to adopt, and then there was us and our friends. So 2 guy couples
and 3 lesbian couples,
and then like a billion lesbian couples. It's obvious. 3 lesbian couples, and then of course there are several straight couples. The room was pretty full. There was like 36 people or something in the orientation class, which for them apparently is like really big. So
that was awesome.
So that's cool. All right, YouTube. That is the end of this video. We'll keep making more videos about the adoption process because we're YouTubing the whole thing.
Oh my gosh! You know what you should do?
What should I do?
You should make a video on how to build a wall. As part of the adoption process.
Well, don't worry. That will be documented. The whole building the room will definitely be documented. But one of the social workers that was giving the orientation class says, start making like a baby book now. Like the journey of how you came upon adopting this kid, so they can look back and be like, my new parents or whatever really, they were doing it for a long time. They wanted me, blah blah blah. So why make a book when I can have a whole YouTube trail of the whole process? That's my way of doing it. Yeah. So all right, till next time, YouTube. Love and bubbles. Say it.
Love and bubbles.
Bye, YouTube.